good, brother?
Shoot, a lot, man. A lot's good. How you been?
Tired. Real tired.
Understood.
But, I mean, I think it's all worth it at the end of the day.
100%.
I feel like if you're not tired, if you're not doing nothing, what are you really doing with your life?
Speak on it, for sure.
So I think it's a blessing to be tired. It's a blessing to be busy. It's a blessing to have this to do, to, visit and have something to do rather than to just visit and sit down for 10 days.
Understood.
And did that at home.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, I'm tired, I'm busy, but I'm blessed.
That's
Blessed
wonderful.
to say that I'm busy.
I'm glad you back in the city, man. You've been away for a while, yeah.
6-7 months.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Nah, bro, don't do that.
Yeah.
My students be doing that. That stuff get on my nerves so bad. I have to stop it from doing it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm already knowing.
That's annoying. I guess that was us for 17, 38, and
Yeah.
9 plus 10, 21, stuff like that.
All those little memes,
Yeah, I can understand why people are so mad at us. Like, I'm living that now. If I hear one more 6, 7, I might go crazy.
I believe it. I play it at the rink all the time.
I've never heard the song. That's what's crazy.
For real?
Ever.
I got you.
I'm okay. I'm okay. How about you, though? How you been? We talked about me being back in the city. You've been in the city. How you feel?
Yeah, man. I feel good, man. Love being in the city. It's been cool. I find new ways to reinvent the space. I mean, even today, we were in this awesome studio, so
Yeah.
it just opens it up and expands, how the city feels every time I get a new experience like that. So,
You gonna plug Studio 104?
Studio 104.
Studio 104?
Studio 104.
Everybody that's listening, Studio 104.
For sure. Beautiful space, tap in.
So
For
you
sure.
just had a birthday recently.
Yes, I did, yeah.
Tell us what you did
Big
for your birthday.
30. I did a lot. I'm a big birthday person, so this year it was a milestone birthday, so I did a couple different things. So I always do a birthday party every year, because to me it's not guaranteed you get the next birthday. So I'm like, if I get there, I want to celebrate it in grand fashion, because you know what I'm saying. So this year I did 4 or 5 different little birthday parties, basically. And so, but they were with different people each time though. So the first one was I Latin dance. So the Latin dance people, they were like, yo, come through, do a cake and whatnot. And so it was cool that they got me a cake. Man, yeah, it was good that they got me a cake, and we did a special ceremony dancing wise, which was cool. And then my parents and family, we did a dinner. So I was at the Meteor in Fayetteville. Shout out to the Meteor on Tuesdays. Buy one, get one free burgers. So you know what I'm saying. So I pop in.
Tomorrow.
You got to pop in. Yeah, I go there all the time. So I had dinner there. Then I ended up coming out to Bentonville and kicking it. Yeah, and then that was fun. And then I did one more. I did a skate party. So I skate party every year. So lots of celebration, a lot of politicking, as I like to say.
Yeah.
And so that was really good.
No, that's smooth though. You just turned 30.
Big 30.
Big
Yeah.
30. What part of your identity feels the most solid at this stage of your life?
The most solid? I don't know. I'm kind of in space. I would say, well, I guess spirituality, I would say, is pretty solid. I would say, but other than that, everything else is up for grabs. I'll just say that. I would say, because I feel like I have a theory that, for lack of a better term, you kind of have to die to your old self a lot. I think the first time that I felt that was in high school, where I identified as a hooper, or an athlete rather to say. So. Yeah. My identity was in that, and then when the game stopped, I wasn't going to college to play any type of sport. I thought a thing that was pretty solid up to 18 was no longer solid. It's there's nobody coming to watch you play. There's no next game. So basically, that was the first time where I felt hey, you got to kind of reinvent yourself, but also expand to what new possibilities could be. And so I think in this last year, it's been a lot of new, from a work standpoint, what does work mean to me? what do I value about the work that I get to do? What does it mean to continue to create? Do I still want to create in the same way that I currently do? What types of people am I trying to be? So I think all of that's been under contemplation, I think, in the last year as I'm entering the 30s, thinking about, dang, like soon 40's coming. So it's like, basically think everything's been under audit for me at
So
this
all you
point.
got left is your spirituality.
Yeah, I would say.
That's right.
And so, but I mean, there's more things for sure. But that to me seems like I know for certain, like that's what I'm on. But
that's real. So what relationship, whether that was friendship, romantic, family, taught you the most about yourself while you were in your 20s?
I think all of it. I mean, from a friendship standpoint, I remember early 20s, like entering college. I was like, dang, I felt like that was one of the times where, so for context, I grew up in Rogers, Arkansas. And so I wasn't around a lot of black people in my high school per se. And so I knew like going into college, like I definitely wanted to be more tapped into the culture in that regard. And so one of the first few things was like I found a solid group of friends and I was like, bruh, like they understand me without context. If that makes sense? Like I'm not having to explain who I am. It's like an understood thing. So that was really cool and amazing. And so I think that friend group in particular, like for like all of my 20s, we were like road dogs. Yeah. So I think that's been a pivotal part of relationship for me and like understanding friendship on a different level. Obviously, I had friends in high school and before, and I love them too. It's just they found me in a different place, and we have different experiences together. So it's been really cool to like cultivate those friendships still and my collegiate ones. And then, romantically speaking, it's been a journey, I would say, in the 20s, just figuring out, what is the standard of which a romantic partner looks like for myself. So that's been a challenge, and that's still something I feel like I'm working through and figuring out. And then from a family standpoint, just the transition from your parents in their traditional role, but then now as an adult, like the role is not the same as like parent child, if that makes sense. So we're adults now. My brother and I are adults, and basically, I asked him. I was like, "Yo, so like, I mean, I know y'all my parents, and I respect you as such, like, but can we become more friends now?" So they say yeah. So it's been cool to like learn about them outside of them being a caregiver, a provider, nurturer. You know what I'm saying? So that process is exciting to take into the 30s of like get to grow in that relationship with them as like humans or like I guess as adults versus like that's my mom and my dad and like I just do what they say, that type of thing. Not to say that they were sergeants or anything, but you know what I'm saying? There's a power dynamic that was bigger, I would say. And then like as 30, I'm excited to like grow that.
Yeah, it's interesting that you speak on that because I feel like oftentimes that reality doesn't hit you until it hits you, right? Like you get older, you like, man, my mama not who I thought she was. She was one way with me, but now that I'm grown, like it's the dynamic is different. She's still trying to tell me what to do. Nah, like I'm not 12 no more.
Yeah.
Like we gotta grow. Like as one, I'm not a parent. I don't have any kids. So,
right.
But like I feel like as parents, we have to grow and like let our children be free. Be adults. But also as adults, like as the children, we have to understand that like those are still our parents. And yeah, I might be grown, but they see me as their child. Right. So it's like that dynamic changes and it all like for everybody.
Yeah.
And also like going back to what you spoke on romantically, I feel like full disclaimer, I'm 24, right? But your 20s, I think you're figuring out what do I want for real? What do I want from a partner? What do I want my partner to look like? How do I want them to feel? Because that changes from 24 to let's just say 22 to 26. you change a lot, right? Or even just 18 to 22.
Yeah.
Like, so that's a big change too. So, I mean, I know you said you've been on this journey and really trying to figure out like what it is, but I just feel like that's just like
just
figuring out what you want is so hard because you're changing. Yeah, I might want this now. Who's to say when I turn 25, is that what I want for real? Because I'm at a different, my frontal lobe ain't fully developed. So when I hit 25, is that still gonna be what I want? You know what I mean? So it can be a challenge. But the 20s, that's when you learn that.
Man, and I think for my 20s, it was like, or at least towards the back half, it was like, I just want to throw as much up against the wall as I can. So for those people that know me, they were like, dang, you got all these different random, like what seems to be like random hobbies. So like,
yeah, I've said that before.
Yeah. Like, bro, you just doing random stuff. But for me, it's more of like, I had seen an article of like, bro, this is the time that you have your most, you can come back from assumed risk. I would say at 20s, like the idea is like you have the most time, et cetera, to recoup from it.
Have a lot less to lose at that time.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, shoot. If I want to DJ, let me figure it out. Let me try it. If I want to do photos, let me figure it out. Let me try it. Oh, a pod. Let's do it. If I want to be a dancer, let's see what that's about. Like, so that's what it's been about, I would say, in the 20s. And then in the 30s, it's more about, this is my third, let's say that's I'm only 3 weeks
in. That's like my third day out here.
Yeah. But I would say, I think it feels like is like you're just trying to, or at least for me, it seems like I'm trying to like expound upon that and cultivate that and like hone in on the things that I've been trying or pushing to do in the 20s and expanding upon that. So
you talked about those friends you made in college and how that was such a pivotal time for you, for those people to understand you without the context. How has, or what role has or does community play in your life now, and how has that changed from the time you entered college into now?
Shoot, I think it's paramount. So for context, I mean, I went into college definitely seeking community. I had that in high school for sure, and I learned that I needed, how they talk about it takes a village, right? So I just wanted a larger village, and a village in different areas of my life, I would say. So it's been really important as far as like, so I guess for context, so initially once I found those friends, it was like, dang, it's us against the world. I'm always with them. I'm always doing that. And then, when the homies get girlfriends or whatever, and this time that they're spending kicking it with us as a homie is different. So then it was like, okay, I need to make sure that I have community. Like one community is not enough. One community is not enough. I need to make sure that I need to have communities on my own, if that makes sense. Yeah. So then that's when I started to explore more of those interests. So like skating, like I feel like I've built a lot of community around the different hobbies that I decided to get into.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, so that's what expands myself, because the common interests of us brings different types of people, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what my 20s has looked like, as far as like finding a new hobby, finding new people. And so that's been really cool to expand like what my world concept is, and what community looks like depending on the type of activities that we share together. So that's been really enriching. It's been expansive. It's been fulfilling. And I think that's what makes the area awesome to me, because I get a chance to re-experience the area from a different cultural space by the activity that I'm engaged with. So, and I try to cultivate as much community as I possibly can too.
I think you do it well.
Thank you. Yeah. So I think that's a great thing about the 20s, even with like something like COVID, like, which is like, that was like in the middle of my 20s.
That's
so
like my whole 20s almost.
Yeah. So even with something so drastic as that, like to be able to have community has been cool.
Early in our conversation, you talked about in high school, you thought you saw yourself as the hooper, the athlete.
100%.
That part of you had to die. right? You have to
100%.
find a different. You have to reinvent yourself in a sense.
Yeah.
How has turning 30?
Yeah.
How has turning 30 really changed the way that you think about your physical health?
Shoot, I mean, the last couple years, so even though I had to die as a hooper as my identity, I still try to hoop. Like, I still try to get into sports, or I watch all the pods. I still have that joy for the game of basketball. But I've also learned in this, and I'd like to expand this even beyond just physical. But to answer your question, physically, it just takes way more to do what I used to do, just like waking up out of bed. So, and what I mean by that is I almost can't, well, I'm not going to say that. I have to stretch for anything strenuous, period. It's a non-negotiable now. When I was in high school, I stretched for sure because, I would get injured a lot too, but now it just feels like I can't even fathom running or playing or whatever without that part. I also have to be really, really conscious of what I'm eating and stuff too. And then just to get the elephant out the room, man, drinking, bro. I used to, like when I was 21, I could drink.
You were knocking them down.
Bounce back, man. Take it back, do my thing, like not really be impacted. Or it felt, or rather, I guess I didn't feel that I was being impacted, but now I feel everything. Like, bro, something like it just takes way longer to recover for stuff like that. And then also now I'm thinking, okay, I'm 30 now. I'm trying to set up 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So
trying to live a long, fruitful life.
Come on now. And so just like, it's becoming way more of a point of emphasis than before.
Yeah.
Because, before it was like, okay, in college, I don't know. I mean, I feel like we was just walking way more just because of like college, like
the campus.
Yeah. And, it wasn't nothing for us to be like, yo, let's go hoop. That. But now there's much more of an intentionality behind movement.
Yeah, you got to plan out
You have to plan out to work out. Ain't no recess. You know what I mean? Like, you got to, if I haven't touched the gym in a couple weeks, man, like, it gets a problem. It's a problem at this point. So there's been way more of an emphasis on, like, making sure that physical wellness, but wellness in general, there's like 8 elements of wellness. I don't know if you know that, but 8 elements that you kind of have to be a steward of to ultimately be
well.
Right. So just that's been an emphasis in the last couple of years, and especially turning 30, like definitely have to I'm trying to be better at being a steward of that.
I like that. I really do. I think I need to take that into consideration at my age now. Because even like I feel like certain things with me, I'm like, man, why am I so sore?
Yeah.
Like I put a bed together. Why is my back hurting? Like,
come on.
Why my legs hurt? I just put a bed frame together. Come on now.
Right.
But so I think I really start taking that into consideration now because when I'm not trying to be 42 and crumpled over.
Right.
I'm not trying to be on disability when I'm 42 unless stuff happen medically. But like
100%.
I'm not trying to be old, young.
You want to control what you can control, and so it's definitely one of those things you want to get it before it gets you, type of thing. So
that's why I got back in the gym.
Come on now, man. That boy swole.
No. But to finish this out, if you could write a message to your younger self, let's just say your 18-year-old self, you could write a message to your 18-year-old self, what would you now as 30 tell him?
I feel like I would tell him a lot. I would say I would tell him a lot of stuff. But I guess if I could say, I mean, a quote that I live by is like, you got to take the crookeds with the straights, man. And so that's from a movie, or it's from a play. But Denzel was in the movie and he said that as a character. You got that
Fences?
Yep.
It's my favorite movie.
Got to take the crookeds with the straights. So basically things are going to happen. and you kind of just have to zig and zag as life zigs and zags with you. So, because I don't know if I could tell him. Basically, I'm a culmination of all the little lessons that came from good and bad decisions. So I don't know if I could say like, don't do this or that.
Because if
that
you
doesn't
didn't,
really
you wouldn't
work.
be who you were.
Yeah, it's
That's
more
real.
of like talking to him about adapting as things take place, and or as I like to say, you gotta kind of die better. So we've been talking about like having to die to yourself, but like really permitting yourself to expand from that. Then the other thing I would tell him, hey man, just hold on to a couple more dollars, bro. He's struggling right now.
Don't buy that watch.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Just put a couple more dollars away.
Yeah.
But those would be the main things. And then the other thing is just make sure that you are adhering to those 8 elements of wellness and like trying to expand yourself completely in those elements. Because, I mean, that's what you take with you. Your habits is what you take with you each year. You might not keep the watches, the clothes, the styles, etc., but your habits do typically follow you. So
one way or another.
Focusing on those. And yeah, man, that's what I would say at this point. Now, maybe 2 weeks from now, it might look different, but that's what I would say right now.
That's real. I appreciate your time, brother.
For sure, man.
Appreciate your time. I want to shout out Ladell, Juan, for letting us use the space.
Yes, indeed.
I want to shout out X, Xavier, for being so open and so vulnerable about the way he feels and about being 30. You know, I feel like a lot of times people be like, man, I'm getting old. But we talked about that. I think when I sat down, like, that's a blessing. Like, getting older is a blessing.
That was the goal and the point. But it's just hard to figure it. It's just hard to deal with sometimes. It's hard to deal with, but it's been cool, man. And I'm excited for whatever happens next.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna also shout out Form and Flow. That's Ladell and Juan.
You see that?
Shout out Studio 104 at Block Hotel, Benville. What's your address?
911 Southeast Walden Boulevard.
They at the police. 911 South Walden. You said South Walden Boulevard. Yeah.
For sure.
But no,
Tap
for real.
in, please.
Tap in. Y'all take care. Peace. That was cool. That was smooth.